Welcome back, everyone, to Highness Talk, a royal podcast where we are here to talk about health, wealth, well-being, everything in between on this journey that we have in life. I'm Sydney.
I'm Tani.
And we hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing
I
well.
hope you're doing well.
I'm doing okay.
We're making it through each day.
Overall. I'm good.
And you are watching and listening to Season 2.
Yay! Mama, we made it.
We're basically like professionals at this point.
Yes, listen to us and nobody else. LOL, drinking.
We gotta go back to the ego episode. We're kidding. We're just kidding.
We're good. All in good fun. So, how's been like the time kind of off from recording and meeting up like every week?
So I would say, within all the things that we talked about before, and like, of course, we had already went through those steps, but going through it with other people and talking about it with other people kind of introduces like a whole new realm and another level to learn. So now for me, it's been like integrating those things and how certain things are adjusted and get affected by what we've talked about and what, you've may have added to your life. So for me, one of the big things has been like media aspects. So like how I function on social media and all that type of thing. Yeah. That's been a huge thing for me.
Yeah. I mean, oh gosh. Same here. It was doing it with other people really made quite a big impact. Bigger than I anticipated.
Right.
At all. Like, I'm just like, yeah, we're going to talk about things that we know and just helping other people.
Been there, done that.
But right. And it's just like, oh, okay.
You thought.
Tread down this path if you want to. But it was overall great experience. Learned so much more about myself, what I will allow to happen, what I allow in my space. And social media was a huge part of that. I was present enough on social media in our first season, but just, I didn't feel like I was 100% in it. And I'm just like, why is this? Like, why is that? And of course, there were things that I had to straighten out. Yeah. Where I just deleted everything. I'm gonna cry. No, I'm just but I did it more so with that I could refocus on other areas. But being, I don't know, like a week into it now, it's like when I do go back in, I know exactly what I want to see on my social media, what I want to interact with, people that I want to interact with, because it's crazy. Like, people do talk about, going on a healing journey and the shifts that everyone goes through and, finally being that person, your higher self, like, wants you to be, and you're getting closer and closer to that. But I don't think I was at all prepared for the time to let go aspect of it. Like, it's like, oh, but I gotta let this part go? Yes. Damn. Like, it's like, oh, shit. Because in itself is kind of like, it's so many things to it. I was looking for a specific word, as I do every episode, and it doesn't come to my head right away, as in every episode.
Like multidimensional?
Yeah, like just having so multifaceted and just a detox from it all, and what that includes in detoxing, seeing things like ugh, I know I shouldn't be looking at this stuff, but I'm gonna still follow them. Eh. Ooh, I don't really agree with this person's views or how they do things. Like, it's cool if you want to do that, but do I need to see it anymore? No. Like,
Yeah.
um, following certain people just because, like, back in the day, right? In high school, I would get personally, as I'm sure many, but I would get personally, I would feel personally offended if you do not want to be my friend on Facebook anymore or MySpace even. And I found myself like just keeping these friendships on social media because, well, I don't want to project out what I was so fearful of back then. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, excuse my French, F it. Okay, man. Like, I don't, it would, yeah. It's just, it's insane. Like how breaking it down. Yes, we could talk about relationships, and if you're not adding anything, then what do I need this person around for, and just how it crosses over into who you follow, who you interact with, the things that you interact with on these social media platforms. And then we're not even going to talk about TikTok.
And the rabbit holes that you can go down.
Oh my gosh. Like I was just having a conversation with someone about it last night. Like just how addicting it is. And it kind of just like, it was like an epiphany almost. Yeah. Like, especially like how the algorithms are and how they work, and the things that you like is all that's going to show up. So of course you're going to be on it like even longer than you anticipated or even felt. I feel as though we've all been there as well.
Yeah. It's designed to keep you on.
Yeah. And it's like, this is not okay at all. At all. So how did you kind of transition that? Like being, well, social media and a social media presence now as well. How did you like handle that? So, from the like beginning stages?
Yeah, I would say when I was like deep in the trenches. You know what I mean? Of like my healing work, right? Like the heavy dark stuff. Yeah. I was off of social media in that time. Like I was doing it at 6 months at a time, just not on it at all, to like a year, just chilling, right? Focusing, doing my own thing. Because it was so draining, and it was so impactful of the things that I was taking in, that I was just too fragile on Tinder in that moment, where I knew I had to monitor what I was intaking. So for me, it was better to just not do it. And plus, I didn't really know how I wanted to show up in the world in that space yet. Like how to balance it, how to know when is the right amount and not too much, and overshare and all of those things. Right. So I had to come out of that space and re-identify, what do I look like now on social media, as far as what am I comfortable with? Because I'm not going to gauge it off of, because I'm on there for my businesses, and I don't want to gauge it off of what branding and marketing may look like or what you're supposed to do. I want to do it off of my comfortability. And so that's what it looked like for me. I had to learn how to be in balance of sharing what I'm comfortable with, when I'm comfortable doing it, not draining myself out from it, and also filtering out. Like I actually had deleted my entire old Instagram. I
remember. I was there. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I started a whole new one because I really felt like God told me like the old one was just dead, and I don't know if it died with my process or what, but it was just time to start brand new. Yeah. So I didn't even bring over like, oh hey, I started a new page follow. No, like whoever organically found me, cool. But I'm not gonna like tell you. I'm just over here starting my whole new life.
Don't mind me. Yeah. Really, don't.
Yeah, because I'm like, if it is meant to be, you'll find me, and that's how I treat everything on there. Right. If it is for you, it's gonna find you, and if it's not, then I felt good sharing it and expressing myself.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Truly. So that was that was great to share. Thank you for sharing. Um, but more so on what you saw on those. How did that change what you saw across? I mean, like, so if you could like look back at before you took your break, right, or even before the heavy the heaviness came, right? Like how that looked versus when you came back and rejoined the rest of society that's across our virtual friends.
So I would say I did the typical thing previously where it was like I had a lot of celebrities I was following and following this person for because I knew them in high school and all these random stuff. And so you're seeing all of this information and it's like information overload, honestly. And then it was like I was following people to get follows back. It was just a hot mess.
Right.
So when I came back, I was like intentional of who, like this person and their information has to benefit me in some form or fashion.
Right.
And even if I know you, I still may not follow you because you may not be bringing value to me. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be rude about it, but it's just the space that I'm in. And I don't want to have so much information that I have to filter out because we already have that capability to decide who's going to be presented to us each day.
Right.
So we have that authority. Go ahead and like go through people's stuff. Like what I do is like manage it in small bites. So if I'm scrolling through my feed and I see something that just does not sit with me, I'll just go and unfollow the person.
Yeah.
Keep it moving like that. So,
yeah.
If something particularly sticks out.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I've gone through and unfollowed people. More, of course. Of course I've done that. But it's just awesome to me to see that how that changes and actioning out on it. Right. And noticing, okay, well, I can't take this way, and noticing and acknowledging now what and what your body knows, your body mind knows, what is allowed in my space and in my energy and what I intake and what is not.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny, actually, especially if you just take yourself out of it and just, what's the word? Where you just look without, like, judgment.
Observe?
Yeah, I guess. It's not the one I was going for.
It never is.
But it'll work. Dude, in, like, essays in school, I was the worst. Oh, my gosh. Like, I hated the SATs because I'm, like, I have all these, like, big words, like, in my head that just encompass everything. And then it's, like, flatline. It's just, I'll be struggling. But anyway, let's get back.
So I do have a point to bring up.
Yeah.
That of what happens behind the scenes, right? Mm-hmm. Here's a big cliche thing people always talk about: frequency and energy. Mm-hmm. So I want to hear, like, what does that mean to you?
Okay.
And then we can talk about why I believe that is what is at the root of why it affects how our media and all these other aspects then change as we're changing internally.
Mm-hmm. So, frequency, energy.
Yeah, these
pretty interchangeable, in my opinion. Energy cannot be destroyed nor created. All it can do is transfer. Mm-hmm. Frequencies, what is that, like the measurement of energy? It is. So, being that energy can only be transferred, just moves and expanded and diminished, but never goes away. Now we know that we're all made up of energy.
Yeah.
We are this table counter is, this beautiful, beautiful microphone is. I say that because everything is made up of energy. And tuning into your personal energy is like you're finding your station on the radio. Yeah. That's really what it is. Just tuning into what your frequency is, and if anything, like say like we're just this, I don't know.
What was
the
that?
the shape of, like, say you're just emitting your frequency, right?
Right.
And things are trying to come in, and the dial is being turned a little bit. Like, well, can we handle this frequency? Can we handle that one? And so it's kind of like, in my mind, like I have that visualization of each person having their own little beam, and some people call it the vortex of just your energy. And what can't be channeled on that frequency, what can't come in on that frequency, it won't feel good. It won't feel good. And, we have that internal radio. Like, we just have that internal antenna, that's a better word, on whether it's for us and for our present frequency or not. And which is also pretty cool to touch on, like future frequency, like a place that you would want to be.
Yeah.
Or where you see yourself in a matter of time, and matching yourself up with that said frequency.
Which I do like that you brought up, like, the radio analogy, because it makes me think of, I guess when I think of frequency in layman's terms, I think of like speaking my language, right? And so we all have our favorite genre of music. Mm-hmm. And so if you've ever been back in the day, because not that many people listen to the radio now, but
right, when
you would switch the dials around, and it's like, you listen to that heavy metal, it's like, whoa, this is not for me. I don't know what he's mad at, but then you get it to like your right thing, like whether you listen to jazz or R&B or whatever, and then you're like, oh, it's like soothing to your soul, like, yeah, this is my match, and then you just like ride out. But it's, you found your language, you found your match, and so you know that feeling when you hear it,
right?
Or in other cases when you see it, or however. So with that, how has that changed what music you listen to?
Ooh. So, wow. That is a big one.
Well, and also to say that music scientifically emits frequencies. Like, we're not just saying these keywords because it's culture or trending. Scientifically, it could be at a certain hertz.
Right.
Measurement.
Right. That is the measurement. I just... the hertz. Yes, because certain hertz bring... We'll talk about it on another episode for my faithfuls out there. But to answer your question, my taste in music has now been, if you're saying things that don't align with me and my values and where I'm trying to go, I just can't listen to it. Right. So there is one particular artist, I won't say who it is, that I used to love, but then listening to said artist's music and what they were saying.
Well, now I kind of want to know who it is, though.
Well, we hit pause.
You don't know that.
I don't want no problems with them, though, or their fan base. I'm scared of them more than any legal issue.
Which makes me feel like I already know who it is.
But hearing some of my favorite songs from, say, years ago, and remembering how I felt hearing those songs and really being in that place of what the lyrics were and it playing out in my reality and it continuing to play out in my reality. Not saying it is the artist or the music industry's fault whatsoever, but I'm like, okay, there has to be a correlation in between these two. Like with my feeling and my connection to this music that I'm bringing about into my reality. So I don't listen to music that, well, I try not to, because sometimes the beat just, like we gotta, I ain't gonna lie. But I try to stay away from, I'll say that, music that makes me feel unworthy of anything, especially love or, whatever. Music that makes me feel, any less than deserving across the board. Relationships, things, like items, connections, like any music that would trigger certain feelings, like from the past, I guess, like the exes, like what type of music they liked, but I found out like I only liked it because I'm around this person all the time. Like I actually don't really care for it. Delete, like it's but it's kind of like food for me now, like in a weird way. Like I'll be listening to something. I love songs that are all about empowerment now. Unity, like people coming together. You could say it's the Aquarius in me. I just want us all to get along, really.
Community vibes.
And live in a utopia. Yeah. Let's make a commune.
No, seriously though. I've been wanting to do that.
I'm so down.
I got the seeds. Bring my seeds, plant my stuff.
We're going. Welcome to Highness Talk Commune. I'm the captain now.
Look at me.
But it's like, instead of course, physically taking it in, but it's kind of, oh my gosh, I don't know why it's so hard for me to try to explain with words. But with the music coming in, it is now entering my sphere. It is now becoming with my frequency. It is now becoming a part of me. What's in my frequency, what's in my vortex is what will project into my reality. Not just that, but like the belief and the feeling that comes with it. And it's like, if I'm listening to music, I want it, no, of course, not all the time, but I want it to feel good. And I want it to help me feel good and help me feel better. That's my chicken noodle soup, like, is music. Anytime I'm in a funk and y'all know, and I'm taking a break from the flowers and all of that. But when I get back into it, or like I have one like after a month and I'm listening to my music by myself, oh my gosh, it feels like I just drank from God's personal pond. Like
that's vivid.
I'll be feeling alive again. Like I'm like, okay, yeah, like back on my bullshit. Like, and I like that kind of music. We back on it, man. Right. Like ain't nothing changed. Like and just talking that stuff. Like it just if it brings me back to how I used to be and how I used to vibe, and not that it's bad whatsoever, because that's where I'm at today. Yeah. But I won't let it get me back to that. So I can reacclimate myself to the past that I'm trying to grow away from, and to continue growing. Because I'm sure in if we do another season, like season 1, my music taste would change yet again. So
it should.
Yeah, it's an ongoing evolution.
Yeah.
The evolution
You're dropping a mixtape.
I might.
The evolution of my life soundtrack.
Gang, gang. Make sure you hit that download. Available on all streaming sites. Oh gosh.
Just make sure I get my royalties.
Right, of course. Of course. Cross his name off. No. I LOL, Jake. Yeah, I could never do that. What about you?
So I didn't realize, as I said, the impact that it plays on how you're feeling. And so it will be a time where, if I'm going through any particular situation and then I'm sitting here listening to R&B back to back to back to back, right? And then I'm like, damn, I want to be in a relationship. And then I realized, like, when I got further along, like, it's because of what I'm intaking. If I'm constantly intaking the same thing over and over, of course that's going to put me in a certain frame of mind. So then I learned how to manipulate energy and, use it to your benefit. So now, like, in my playlist, I have distinct vibes that I'm trying to tap into. If I'm trying to go grind and make money, I have a playlist that's all about making money. If I want to get into coming home from the end of a long workday or being in that mode, now I want to calm myself and go to, like, my feminine energy and switch. I have a playlist for that. Knowing when and how to shift in and out of each thing to benefit you. Because I know this particular sound is going to put me in this mood. Right. Like, if I'm going to go to the gym, I want something that's going to get me hyped. Right.
Right. Oh, no, I know. Because I remember seeing this, something on social media a while ago. And it was something like Rick Ross makes music for the highway. And I sat and thought about it. I was like, yo, that's the biggest fact. Right. Because once Rick Ross come on, I'm going at least 90. That's a fact. Naturally. Don't do
that, though.
Don't get pulled over. That's my advice.
Disclaimer.
Right. I'm not teaching anyone how to drive. Not giving anyone any hints. But if you happen to have to get somewhere in a hurry, Rick Ross may help. That's all I'm saying.
Also, another thing I've noticed, and this has, I guess, been a process within myself, because I'm very sensitive to other people's energies and how they impact me. So,
like, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, like different movies, TV shows, all of that. I can't necessarily watch anything that has, like, violence or all of that. It's so heavy on me, and it just it puts me in a complete shutdown, and I can't get the image out of my mind. Like, it just takes me for a tailspin. Ooh. Yeah, because since I am, like, empathic and I can feel other people's energies, for some reason, even though this is fake TV, it's like I've played out the energy in my mind as if I was the person that's getting harmed or done wrong or whatever. Oh. And so it's, like, so overwhelming for me. Oh. So, yeah, I always like watching comedy, something light. And it sucks because, a lot of good movies are scary movies and these other things that are so dramatic and violent, but I just can't watch them.
Yeah. Well, that sucks.
Thanks.
I was trying to, say something nice about it, but I'm like, I just got done watching one, myself. That shit was good. I loved it. And not that I, love it. I can only watch that, but I'm such a visual and doing kind of learner. So watching things, watching movies and some exciting things that like I don't see in real life. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But I will say it was one night, chilling with my friends and stuff, and they were like, oh, let's watch this. It was like some new scary something on Netflix. I don't know. I never watched them. And it's like second or third season. I don't know. And they just play the trailer. But I thought we were like starting an episode.
Yeah.
So we're looking at it, and this is again like horror, thriller, like type of thing. And it's just like boom, kill, boom, kill, boom,
No.
you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead,
Oh my God.
boom. And I was like on the couch, like, I don't think I can do this. Like,
traumatized.
I was really clutching for my pearls. Like, I can't do this. And then they were like, no, like it's fine, it's cool, it's fine. And I was like, all right, like I'll try it, like, cause I like this stuff, maybe, and then sit and watch the show. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't. Where just every second someone is dying gruesomely, but still by the end of the show, I was like, I'm gonna go home now and most likely watch Moana. Because
right.
it was just, and I mean, and it wasn't just me either. Everyone that was there, if they weren't asleep, was like, yeah, it's time for something lighter, and just, yeah, and also noticing, not then and there, but like a couple days later, how my body held on to that.
Yeah. And
how your body holds on to energy, because that frequency, it ain't go nowhere. Can't be destroyed with the, even though she is the queen of Montanui. Water. But it's, like it just, after that, I was like, okay, like, we'll just stop it there. Like, that's round one, like where we stop, like where we start. Can't take it all the time. Now I did just get finished watching something, and I've noticed that in my mind, it's okay for someone to die in a fiction, a fictional tale, if it's like justified. Like I'll say, for example, Saw, like the Saw collection. Yeah, like these were some messed up people. But now, I don't agree with everything that happened, but like watching it, and it's just like, dang, that's why you had all this craziness happen to you. It's a little bit easier for me to take in and be okay with seeing the justification of why they're gone, kind of thing. So, I mean, I have a feeling I won't be watching them forever.
Right.
But it's go at your pace.
Yeah, and know when. Don't go with the crowd, and know what is right for you and how you sit. Like, I know a husband and wife where he's fine with watching all of that stuff, but his wife is like me, where she's like ultra sensitive. So he will go and do his thing and watch his shows while she'll, like, this is her time where she goes and cleans up, because she knows I can't.
Right.
But he has to. You don't want to like deprive somebody of their thing.
Right.
But you may call me too deep for this, but this is for me. I believe that what I'm constantly intaking is what I'm manifesting in my life. And this happened to me recently. I was watching the series The Mentalist because I love that show. However, there's so much. They actually show like the gruesome parts and like people dying over. So every episode, people are getting killed. And it was weighing so heavy on me. I just felt death around me. because that's what you're constantly intaking. I had to push through because I'm like, but I love this show. And I kept like covering my eyes every time it was like those parts because I like the storyline is so good.
Yeah.
But
I actually never saw the mental.
It's incredible. But yeah.
Is my age showing?
I just believe that. Like, I don't want to be watching or intaking something I don't want to manifest in my life.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah, I feel that. So, like with all of that, social media, TV shows, movies, music, do you now feel, like just for someone that may not have actually like started physically like putting these things out and making those changes, like how would you say you feel opposed to with just the media intake?
How do I feel now like, in my body as opposed to when I was watching all of this? I don't experience those moments now where I'm walking around with something that's weighing on me for days or some energy that's trapped on me, because just like a scary movie, let's say, and you walk around paranoid or fearful for like probably a couple days. I don't experience those types of things because I don't introduce that to my intake. So I just literally walk around cruising in my own energy or an energy that matches mine. So there's no difference. I'm not interrupted.
That's good. That's dope. So if y'all don't want to be interrupted,
find your frequency and stay on it.
Try not to get anything coming in, interrupting, causing the static. We don't want no static. Oh my gosh, wasn't that like a phrase at one point? I don't want no static.
Yeah.
The New York thing, right? Shout outs to New York.
You know.
Got a gang up there.
I have a surprise
for me.
All of us. Collectively.
I guess I'll share.
I got this cool box of encouraging cards that we can kind of go over. So, I got to give it the good vibes so that you pick the right one.
Okay.
But yes.
So,
pick a card.
Pick a card. I want something in... You know what? We're going to do it like this. I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to read it. Expand and all of that. Okay.
Encourage me, girl.
Okay. No, you ain't got to ask. Okay. So we have... Let's see which one I want. Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile. But sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. So that just reminded me of like my 9 to 5. It's fun. But they always tell us, answer the phone with a smile because people can tell when you're smiling, when you're talking over the phone. And when I do that with myself, if I just smile, if I don't have a reason to smile, I'll just smile. I start to feel better. I feel like I'm having a pleasant afternoon with a decaf cup of coffee. So it's, sometimes your joy is the source of your smile. You want to smile because you're thinking of your many blessings and the ways that you're abundant and the ways that you can live abundantly. Yes, that is so beautiful. It's such a beautiful smile to see. It lights up other people's like it lights up the room, and because you're feeling all of these joyous things happening and giving you a reason to smile. But I feel as though this is a reminder to smile through it, knowing that things can change at any given moment. You should smile. Although, like just bringing your joy from your smile, even that could be on a physical level if you want it to, because for me, it would. Like, I don't know if I'm like dramatic dramatic or anything, but like when I'm crying, like I'll look at myself in the mirror and just I know I can't be the only one. But your smile can sometimes be the source of your joy. Once you smile through the pain, once you smile through the heartache, once you smile through the troubles and the tests and the frustrations, it because we were even talking about how your body mind picks up like, oh shit, she's smiling, like, well, let me think about something that she can actually smile about. And then it's just like that ping pong back and forth with the joy that you have inside and just altering your physical to alter your thoughts.
Which psychologically that does actually happen. So what your body does is like a message going to your brain. So when you're doing that outwardly, it's sending that message to your brain that you're happy. And so it shifts how you're feeling. Yeah, but it also does it on the energetic level as well because it's all encompassing. So that's why everything then shifts. Or have you ever seen somebody like laughing and you're like in a funk and you see them laughing and then you start laughing?
Yeah.
Because it's like a contagious thing.
Yeah.
And there's actually laugh therapy too.
I've seen that. I've seen laugh therapy. I've also seen in laugh therapy people will lose weight.
Because you're burning calories.
Which is, that's why I'm always laughing. That's a true reason. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, so I used to do that in the morning all the time. Like,
what?
Just when, so I have a routine of when I get up, I stretch.
Right.
And then I usually just start smiling. I may not even be thinking of anything necessarily, but I just want to automatically put myself into a good state of being.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, if you just smile and hold it for like 15 to 30 seconds, I'm telling you, guaranteed your mood is going to be uplifted.
That's cool. That's nice.
Try it at home.
Yes, try it at home. Because I do not want to run into anybody just smiling just to smile. Like, could you imagine? Not like that, but like, so say someone.
A creepy way?
Yeah, like, if they're just smiling, like, but nothing, like, no emotions in the eyes, like, I'm turning the other way. And nope, yeah, I don't want that frequency.
Someone walking around like.
Like, could you? No. Like, practice at home first, you know?
In the mirror, see what we about to see.
No judgment, you know what I'm saying? And we all working through stuff, but I don't want it. That's my energy. That's what I was gonna say. That's all. You know, keep that.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Are you gonna get one or the back of this one?
I'll put my own. Gotta be a good one. Give me a good one, beloved.
Beloved in the building.
Appreciation can make a day, even change a life. Your willingness to put it into words is all that is necessary. That is so nice. I appreciate you.
Nice.
And we appreciate you.
I appreciate everybody. But I agree with that. Sometimes people just need to hear it.
You just need to hear it. That's a fact. It also, you know, it's people's love languages and everything else. And even if you know it, you just feel good to get reminded of it.
Yes. I say that all the time. I know, but reassurance is nice. Like and I think everyone across the board needs to hear it. Like every now and again.
And tell it to yourself.
Ooh.
Appreciate yourself.
That's nice. That is so nice.
I'll tell you what I did on the day I released my cookbook, right? Because I don't want to walk around ever to where I'm empty and I have to rely on somebody else's appreciation. So the first thing before I talked to anyone that day that I released, I went into the mirror in the bathroom, brushed my teeth, and I was like, I'm proud of you. You did a good job. you know? Because it set the tone that I'm now full. I approved myself. Everybody else's congratulations or whatever was just a nice topping.
Yeah. Yeah.
So appreciate yourself.
Yes. Write yourself a letter. I was just talking about taking myself out on a date. Like, I did it a couple years ago, and I was like, that was so nice of me.
And now yourself is like, where you been at, girl?
You don't call me? You don't text me? That's a lie. I'm just... We talk every day. I love you. I love you. Hold on, I have a date with my mirror tonight. That was so corny. Oh gosh. But this is nice. I like that. So we'll probably be doing that
at the end of the episodes.
Yeah. For this season. We'll see how we feel at the end.
Yeah, and we hope that it's stuff that you guys need to hear. I needed those reminders today.
Yeah, I did too. And thank you.
Thank you.
For talking to us.
Thank you for sharing your energy and frequency.
It's been a select few, you know? And this was really good. This was really fun. And come back next week. And we'll see you next time. I'm Sydney.
I'm Tani.
And this is Highness Talk, the Royal Podcast. Don't forget it.